Okay, this video is just to update everyone with what's going on with the website project at the moment. We've just come out of the design phase, and I'm just gonna talk through that and show you some examples of the design work that was produced by the reading room for the website. Okay, so the first design concept that was produced is here on the screen. When this design was presented to us, we were unhappy. I've noted this down in the logs. The design essentially looks similar to many other union sites and not too dissimilar to our current site in the fact that it doesn't really focus on multimedia content, and there's a large emphasis on text-heavy stories. The design as well, with the black colours, it's not very striking, doesn't look particularly modern. So we asked the reading room to rework this. We provided them with a document with extensive feedback, and staff, students and elected officers were involved in this feedback, and we took this document to the reading room, and they then produced the second design concept. Okay, so you can see here, this is the updated version of the website. This is the 13th design concept. Everywhere there's a general consensus that we are pleased with this design. We've gone for the left-hand side navigation. Many sites such as HBO in America, which is one of the leading websites on the internet at the moment, have this left-hand navigation now. It's very clean-cut. Students that I've shown this to have commented on how simple it is to navigate to the key things as opposed to our current website. You can see here there's a huge spotlight on multimedia content on the homepage. The colours of the kind of brickwork matches in with the street sign. The black and red has stayed constant to match in with our logo. There's a large banner for advertising, and students will be able to log in via Facebook. I'll also bring up an example of a page on the site. This will be a landing page for Smoke Media. It's quite small here, the JPEG that's been sent over. As you can see, there'll again be a spotlight video on the screen. The latest videos will be accessible here. Popular comments, latest Twitter will be accessible. Whenever students click on these video elements or story elements, it will break down into a detail page where essentially they'll be able to comment on any stories, they'll be able to share any content on this website with their friends on Facebook, on Twitter. Each section has its own mini identity, so if you clicked on sports, these images would change to yellow to match with the black and yellow theme. The logo of the Dragons would replace the Smoke Media one here. So it creates a very the different identities within the union are all merged into this site. The fonts that we use, we decided to go with fonts that are used on social networks as they're more friendly, and they're related to the demographic that are going to be largely using our website. I'll just briefly bring you back to the home page. We can see here that the menus down the side that we've gone for is what's on, sports, societies, Smoke Media, discounts, marketplace, advice and representation. The reason we've simplified the primary navigation on the home page is these are the key things that we know students regularly access our site for. On the current site, it's not always clear where to find these things. For example, what's on is the entertainment. It could be events that are happening in bars, it could be trips, it could be possibly events that societies are doing, or sports events. Sports is obviously societies, it's fairly generic, you understand those. Smoke Media, again, fairly easy to understand. Discounts is going to be a new section where obviously there'll be NUS, Oyster cards, but other discounts relevant to London that will benefit students. So these could be discount vouchers on food, on shopping and whatnot, and we'll be regularly feeding those into the site. Marketplace is a name and a concept that essentially was taken from Facebook. It's similar to Gumtree and eBay in that when they click into the marketplace, there'll be forums for jobs, for selling things, for housing. And when you click on this navigation, you'll then be able to navigate to the section that appeals to you. We're also working with a company called House Hustler who work with Teesside Union and others who will be able to provide property for us it's already vetted, it's already there, so we don't have to do that. And obviously the other section, which is key to the union's work, is advice and representation. So if I just bring up the internet here, we can see if we look at Loughborough Students' Union website and at Northumbria's. They're fairly generic and like our current site, so they don't look very modern. They look a bit clunky to navigate through. They're not as clean cut, and they're missing that interactivity that there's going to be on our site. And by that I mean, obviously, when you click on an element here, you can't really share it with your friends, you can't comment on it, etc. The last thing I wanted to touch upon is our social media presence at Current and the impact that video is continuing to have on engaging students with the union. So we look at the Facebook page here for the Students' Union. We're now up at 2,357 likes. It was just over 1,000 sort of 4 to 6 weeks ago. So that shows the degree of success we're having in attracting students to this Facebook page. If we look at the Smoke TV channel, we can see that it started this semester and already we've had 6,686 views. And at the moment, the significance of this is we're embedding YouTube videos onto our Facebook site. So all of our traffic, web traffic, is going to Facebook at the moment. But when we get the new site, and obviously as you see, we'll be able to embed these videos onto the new website, and then we'll be able to provide the links on Twitter and Facebook to our new website, as opposed to just showcasing them or redirecting them to the YouTube channel. So therefore, I mean, if we're getting 6,000 extra hits sort of every 6 weeks thanks to the YouTube channel, and that continues to grow, that's going to have a huge knock-on effect on our web traffic as well. So that's a summary of what's happening. I've attached some documents with this video, which hopefully keeps you updated, and any questions, obviously, please direct them through and I'll be able to answer them.